Facebook solved one enormous problem by connecting millions of people. Then it created a harder one, deciding what every person should see. Ruchi Sanghavi helped implement the early systems behind that shift, including Newsfeed, and later led product strategy for Facebook Platform and Facebook Connect. But her career did not stop at one famous product. By the end, you will see the pattern connecting Facebook, Dropbox, and South Park Commons. She built systems that helped other people move. Today, Ruchi Sanghavi is founder and general partner at South Park Commons. Before that, she served as Dropbox's first female executive and vice president of operations. Earlier still, she was Facebook's first female engineer. That milestone made headlines. The more useful story is the work underneath it. South Park Commons says she was instrumental in implementing early versions of Newsfeed, Facebook Platform, Facebook Connect, and Privacy. Carnegie Mellon separately reported that she helped implement Newsfeed and later led product management and strategy for Platform and Connect. Those systems changed distribution, identity, permissions, and what outside developers could build. Early Facebook had a structural problem. People were creating profiles, adding friends, sharing photos, and posting updates, but the activity was scattered. Without distribution, a social network is closer to a directory. Users have connections, but they must hunt for every change. Newsfeed created a shared center of gravity. Activity could come to the user. That convenience also created difficult questions. Which updates deserved attention? What should remain private? How should identity travel between Facebook and outside applications? What could developers access? The visible feed was only the surface. Underneath it sat decisions about ranking, permissions, identity, trust, and developer access. That is why the story matters technically. A simple interface was becoming infrastructure. The achievement was not one feature in isolation, it was the way several systems began working together. Newsfeed organized distribution. Facebook Platform created a layer for outside applications. Facebook Connect extended Facebook identity across the web. Privacy controls governed what those connections could expose. Ruchi's documented role spans this transition from social product to social platform. And that distinction matters. Products give users an experience. Platforms create rules and capabilities that other builders depend on. If you enjoy stories about the engineers behind technology you already use, subscribe. This series follows the Indian women whose work became part of larger systems. Now look at what happened when Ruchi moved from product architecture into company operations. Here is the pattern interrupt. The most important technical work often disappears when it succeeds. Users see a feed. They do not see the distribution choices, identity rules, privacy boundaries, or developer dependencies underneath it. The same is true inside a growing company. People see products and launches. They rarely see the operating systems that allow teams to keep shipping. That is the bridge to Ruchi's next chapter. After Facebook, Ruchi founded the collaboration startup Cove in 2011. Dropbox acquired Cove in 2012, bringing her into the company as vice president of operations. Her official biography says she was responsible for product, marketing, communications, recruiting, and other functions. This was a different systems problem. At Facebook, the dependencies included activity, identity, applications, and permissions. At Dropbox, the dependencies crossed teams, product decisions, hiring, communication, and the operating rhythm of a fast growing company. The common thread was not a particular job title, it was seeing connections between parts that other people might treat separately. Technical leadership becomes more valuable when it can move from one component to the system around it. Then, Ruchi built a system for an even earlier stage. South Park Commons says it began in 2016 with 10 people around her dining table, reading new AI papers and pursuing their own projects. There was no polished company story yet. SPC calls this period -1 to 0, the phase when a capable builder is still deciding what deserves years of commitment. Most startup stories begin with a product, a launch, or a funding announcement. SPC focused on the uncertainty before those milestones. The system was no longer software or company operations. It was an environment, talented peers, repeated feedback, exploration, and eventually capital. The object changed. The system's instinct remained. So, what is the documented achievement stack? First, implementation, helping build early versions of products used at enormous scale. Second, platform leadership, guiding Facebook platform and Facebook Connect as identity and developer ecosystems expanded. Third, operating leadership, connecting product, recruiting, communications, marketing, and company execution at Dropbox. Fourth, founder infrastructure, turning the uncertain pre company phase into the repeatable community now called South Park Commons. These are different forms of impact, but each one made other people's work possible. At Facebook, Ruchi helped build product and platform systems. At Dropbox, she helped operate a scaling company. At South Park Commons, she built a system for builders before the company. The feature may be visible. The deeper achievement is what it enables. Her story shows what becomes possible when women create their own path and pave the way for others. If you're looking for more stories about remarkable women like Ruchi Sangvi, subscribe to Bright and Wonder. I'll see you in the next story.